Hi guys, and welcome to my final thoughts on Freespace 2. So yes, I did survive, although that was not planned at all. It's like sometimes I do things in my LPs for fun. It was not planned at all that my jump drive would fail when I was in the node there. I think I just drifted out of the node while I was jumping out, and therefore my subspace drive failed, so I had to get back in the node, but that certainly made things a little bit hairy, shall we say. I think I got out with about 6 seconds left. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the cutscene and you can understand why so many Freespace 2 fans after this had such massive blue balls about Freespace for such a long period of time. Because, yeah, sure, we found out what the Sathanicist... This is going to be a running joke at this LP. What the Juggernauts were doing around the stars, but we never figured out why. We don't figure out what's happening with Admiral Bosch. We never find out what the Chieftain's true intentions were. And unfortunately, one of the things that happened in history is that Volition and really the whole Freespace 2 game was drastically undersold. There wasn't a very big marketing campaign around it, and it did pretty bad sales figures. And because of that, it was never developed, and this is where the source code project came from. In fact, from one of the interviews that was done recently, they've actually said that since the re-release of Freespace 2 on Good Old Games, it's actually maintaining sales figures close to when it was first released. And, you know, that is a testament to how well the guys who have worked on the source code have done with it, and obviously how good the game is, and how unfortunate it is that the franchise itself was never developed. It plays absolutely beautifully. I think a couple of things might be a little bit imbalanced, like trebuchet missiles, for example, but they do have a place in the game. But there is a light, and that light is the mods and the campaigns that have been released since the source code was released to the community. I think the two highlights, or at least the two major mods slash highlights, would be Silent Threat Reborn, which is the expansion to the first game but brought bang up to date, and in fact most of it's been rewritten. The actual expansion itself wasn't actually that good, but Silent Threat Reborn has put it into a, has updated the graphics, updated the story, rewritten a load of new missions, and it really is a, a top quality campaign. And the second one would be Blue Planet, which is a name of one of the major mods of the game as well, and I probably will play through both of those at some point just to show you guys how some of the awesome work that's being done by people who, let's face it, aren't looking to sell a game. They're just doing this because it's a great thing for them to do and they want to do it. There are some other fantastic campaigns as well. Derelict is one, Warzone's another one. There are a couple of others as well. Transcend and Sync, for those of you who like to have a good mind screw go on. And these guys have really shown what the engine's capable of, and it's something that I think would be fantastic to go through, and something that I think that will be very enjoyable. But really, I don't have a massive amount more to say on the game. I think it's I obviously think it's a great game, or I wouldn't have LP'd it. I really enjoyed playing through it. I am sorry for the delays that happened. I'm not too sure what I'm going to end up doing next. Because of the limitations of my PC. Well, there's limitations and really good things as well. Because I'm now on a Windows 7 system, I can record live audio, so making videos shouldn't be taking as long as it normally would. Obviously the downside is working on a laptop's a pain, and I don't have the processing power to process anything really new. However, the purpose of this channel isn't the newest games on the planet, so I think that I might look at something a little bit more obscure next time, maybe something like Fragile Allegiance or something like that, or I might go on to a game like either Heroes of Might and Magic, or potentially another adventure game. We'll see what I feel like, and if you guys have any requests, by all means send them in, and if I have the game I'll give some thought to playing it. I mean, I have a fairly I have a pretty extensive game library, both old games and sort of new games. Not as many AAA games that are new, but you know, quite a few indie games and a few other things like that that I've recently enjoyed. But with that, I will say sayonara. I'll say thank you to you guys for watching. Thank you to the Freespace source code guys for all the fantastic work they do and what they've done to keep this project alive. Thanks, obviously, to Volition for making the game in the first place, and Freespace 3 ever. To be honest, I doubt it, but you can always live in hope. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all again soon.